Hey, what's up everyone, it's Funably Games here, my name is Jack. Today's video I'm going to talk about some things that I think should be changed for Halo 5 because it's currently in its beta stage really early, and nothing I want to change is major. It's mostly just minor things, and the footage is B-roll. But keep in mind, I guess some of this is opinionated, but I think a lot of it is shared by the community. So I'll start with the weapons. The assault rifle needs tweaking slightly. I think it should take 2 or 3 more bullets to kill, and this also ties in with the time to kill, which to some players is too short, and also to me I think it's a tad too short. That could be changed. Also, they should decrease the accuracy with the assault rifle, because it can kind of like, you can kill cross map with it if you and this kind of ties into why it should take more bullets to kill. You can kill cross map with it by just tapping the trigger and it eventually kill them. I think that needs to change. And also, if you affect the accuracy, that won't be happening as much. But I think they should still keep the scope on it and stuff, because it, and the accuracy can still be there, and it can still be like a kind of a useful weapon, but just needs to be a tad harder to kill sometimes, because when it's going up against, say, like a barrel rifle, sometimes loses on like a mid-range basis, which isn't always the gun's fault, it's sometimes the player's fault, but there's something that should be mentioned. The battle rifle, I think, should have the reticle made smaller by just a hair. And really, I just say this to get, like, you might get some more tighter shots in, but I don't think it should be any more accurate than it is. I just literally think the reticle should be tightened in just a little bit. Otherwise, I have no complaints. The reason I say it should be made smaller is because you kind of hit them with the edge of the reticle and it hits them in the head, but if that's a little bit smaller, that doesn't happen as often. So I was saying, I have no more other complaints there, because I think it fits the purpose of a battle of the actual mid-range rifle well. SMG is far too accurate when scoped in, and something needs to change here really quickly, because I don't think this is awkward, because they got the scope on here. I don't necessarily think the actual scope should be there. It should be like the assault rifle when it zooms in. It is far too accurate when it zooms in. You can get people at fairly decent range, which you would never be able to do with an SMG before. And also the grouping is way too close together, and I don't know what they're going to do with, but maybe they could increase the recoil or change the way the weapon behaves when it's being fired. But it is at the moment way too accurate when scoped in. It's fine not scoped in, but when it is, it's just too. Something needs to change there. Sniper rifle, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I personally find it's too easy to get headshots. Like, I clearly hit someone in, say, like the body or something, and it comes up with a headshot, or it don't even hit their head and it gets a headshot. They need to, maybe it's just a hit detection, but something needs to change there. DMR, nothing wrong with that, but I do miss the ammo counter. Sword is fine, but it did look cooler in Halo 4, and also the Magnum is perfect, nothing wrong there. And these are things I think need to be made optional. So I've got kill cams, because some people rather watch, when they're being killed, they rather see the other player that's killed them, and they like to view what's going on the map to get them a clue what they need to do when they respawn. But it should be optional, because some people like to see how they died. Sometimes I've been killed and I'm like, wait, what? And then I realise it's just like a fluky grenade. Death music, this needs to be made optional. I mean, I don't think anything should really be removed, but it should, all be made optional. It's just annoying, and no one likes the death music. I don't think anyone likes it. Spartans talking, some people do like this, some people don't. It doesn't bother me that much, but I would like the option to turn it off. And the power weapons announcer, this should also be made optional. It kind of does alert the team in like a team focus to where the weapons are and stuff, but it should just be made optional at your own sacrifice, really. So things I think the game could do without. Being told when weapons are about to spawn in, because as soon as it does, players rush to the weapons spawn point. And also, it does not help that you can see the text on your screen saying sniper rifles over here. Everyone just goes to this area, and I think it was better before, when people would find the weapons on their own, or they would know one time on their own, because now everyone just rushes to the sniper and all the energy sword, and it really is just, I think that could really be done without. But other than that, I think it's fine. The whole power weapons, because it's different to say sniper rifle and power weapons in 30 seconds. Because at the moment we can only have one power weapon on that map. Maybe in future when there's more, I don't really know how that's going to work. It might be a bit too much of a jam if loads of weapons are coming in at say 30 seconds at different times. So next things that could be added, I think, the small weapon dot that appears in guns in H2A. Basically what would happen is, say there was an assault rifle on the ground, a small dot would appear above it, so if you were walking around, you wouldn't walk over it and then try and retrace your steps. You would know where it is when you're near it, but it only appears when you get close. But it does help you when you need a weapon, if you want one or need one. The next things I changes, increase time to kill, but only by a little bit, and probably make the Spartans sponge all the bullets and enemy fire a bit more, apart from plasma weapons, but we ain't seen any of them yet. Give sprint a cooldown, only allow it to be used for so long, but don't make it a cooldown too long. The reason is because you can kind of sprint away. Even though there is the nice trade-off, I think it should just be limited to how long you can sprint. So next things, perhaps thrusters could have the same effect as sprint does. So when you use your thruster, your shield stops recharging and resets. And also I think melee, however you say it, seems a bit too powerful. But I think really this just could be me. So don't hold that one. And also please make the recon control scheme the default control scheme. I think using LT to look down sights is just not the way it should be. And then last thing I got is swap the sprint and thrusters button around on recon. In Halo 4 on recon you'd press LB to sprint, and LB to sprint and X to use your ability, and I just think that could change. But honestly, that is all the things I think should change in the beta. Nothing major. I don't think they should remove anything like the Halo Elites do, and they're really fucking stupid, because that's how the game's been designed. But yeah, only minor changes, nothing that should affect the gameplay too much, but maybe just balance it out a little bit more, make it a tad more enjoyable. But anyway guys, yeah, this is Thunderbird Games. I'll leave the rest of the clip to play, and I'll see you in the next one.
Grenade incoming!
Next kill wins.
Oh, he's running.
Game over. Victory.
How do you do that slam thing?